My dear friends, welcome to Rajashekhar classes on applied data science with Python. This is lecture number 155. In this lecture, we will try to understand hypothesis testing for proportion. Null and alternative hypothesis, population proportion. We already discussed what is null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis in previous lectures. The equality part that you must always understand. The equality part. Yes, the equality part of the hypothesis always appears in null hypothesis. In general, a hypothesis test about the value of population proportion P must take one of the following three forms. What are those three forms? Just see. First one is, let me assume my H naught is P is greater than or equal to P naught. H1, otherwise I can say HA, alternative hypothesis. If it is less than symbol, what type of test? In alternative hypothesis, if you have less than symbol, that is left tail test, isn't it? We already discussed same thing. This your rejection region or critical region is on left side of this particular curve, isn't it? If you have in alternative hypothesis, if you have greater than symbol, that can be treated as a right tail test. Just see, under right tail you have rejection region. In your alternative hypothesis, if you have not equal to symbol, that will be two tail test. Just see, you have critical region on left side as well as right side, isn't it? Depending on the sign in alternative hypothesis, I can say whether it is left tail test or right tail test or two tail test. This is test statistic. What is my test statistics? Z equal to P bar minus P naught by sigma P bar. What is my sigma P bar? Under root of P naught into 1 minus P naught by n. What is P bar here? This P bar is sample proportion, that you must understand. This is sample proportion, isn't it? Sample proportion. P naught is assumed popular. This is P naught is, sometimes people used to write capital P. Here I am writing small P naught. P naught is assumed population, assumed population proportion. This is assumed population proportion, isn't it? Yes, sigma P bar, this is my sigma P bar, is standard error. I can say this one is standard error, isn't it? Standard error for proportion. The standard error is equal to under root of P naught, that is assumed population proportion, into 1 minus P naught, means that's Q naught I can say. Otherwise under root of P naught into 1 minus P naught by n. One assumption here is that the value of NP, I can say the value of NP is greater than or equal to 5, isn't it? And NP, I can say even n into 1 minus P is greater than or equal to 5, because this follows binomial distribution. If you want to approximate binomial distribution to the normal distribution, the assumption must be NP is greater than or equal to 5, or NQ is n into 1 minus P. Q in the sense n into 1 minus P is Q. I can treat it as Q. NP is greater than or equal to 5, or NQ or n into 1 minus P is greater than or equal to 5, isn't it? Now let me proceed further. What is my rejection rule? Just what we discussed. It's nothing new here. What is the rejection rule in p-value approach? Reject H naught if p-value is less than or equal to alpha. Same thing. Rejection rule in critical value approach, reject what is my H naught is p less than or equal to p naught, means what is my alternative hypothesis here? H1 p is greater than p naught. That is right tail test. In the right tail test, if your calculated value z value is greater than or equal to z alpha, reject H naught. What about alternative hypothesis here? H1 p is less than p naught. Less than symbol means left tail test. Left tail test means if your calculated value z is less than or equal to minus z alpha, I can say it is in critical region, so that you can reject H naught. If your H naught is p equal to p naught, means what is my alternative hypothesis? H1 is p not equal to p naught. This is two tail test, means your z is less than or equal to minus z alpha by 2, or z is greater than or equal to z alpha by 2. This rejection rules is not new for us. We already discussed this one in previous lectures only. Now we will try to understand one simple example, city traffic police example. For a New York's week, the city traffic police claimed that 50% of the accidents would be caused by drunk driving. A sample of 120 accidents showed that 67 were caused by drunk driving. Use this data to test the traffic police claims with alpha equal to 0.05. Here what's happening? What is my p bar value? P bar means what? What is my p bar? My p bar is sample proportion. What is my sample proportion? How many are there? 67 out of how many? Out of 120. This is my p bar. Population proportion. What is my population proportion? We know that population proportion, let me say it is capital P, that is 0.5. Why? Because 50% means 50 by 100, that's 0.5. Alpha equal to 0.05, isn't it? Now what is alpha is 0.05 means, let me assume this one is in question itself, it's given my null hypothesis. Let me say my null hypothesis is p equal to 0.5. Let me assume my alternative hypothesis is p is not equal to 0.5. If it is not equal to means what? I can say that one is two-tail test. If it is two-tail test, what is my alpha by 2 value? 0.05 by 2. That is 0.05 by 2 means what? That is 0.025, isn't it? Now just let me proceed further. We will try to understand. Just see here what's happening. This is my hypothesis. As I told you, p equal to 0.5. This is null hypothesis. P is not equal to 0.5. Let me assume this is my null hypothesis. This is my alternative hypothesis. P is not equal to 0.5. And level of significance alpha equal to 0.05. As I told you, I already discussed how to calculate sigma p bar. How can I calculate? P naught into 1 minus p naught by n. What is my p naught? Capital is this capital P equal. This is my p naught value, isn't it? Assumed population mean, that is assumed population mean is 0.5 into 1 minus 0.5 by n is 120. This is my sigma p bar. What does it mean? This is standard deviation. Z, how can I find? P bar minus p naught by sigma p bar. P bar means sample proportion. What is my sample proportion? 67 favorable, total 120. 50 as in question itself, it's given that 50%. 50% means that is 0.5 by sigma p bar. I already calculated 0.045644, isn't it? Now what does it mean? As it is not equal to means what? It is two-tail test. Why? Because in alternative hypothesis we have not equal symbol. Two-tail test means here I can say this is what is my alpha? Alpha is 0.05. But alpha by 2 means that is 0.025. isn't it? On left hand side I must have 0.025. On right hand side also we have 0.025 area, isn't it? What is this? I already discussed for this one. What is my z value? Left side minus 1.96, right side plus 1.96. Just I request you to refer my previous lectures. In previous lectures I discussed how these values, actually you have to remember this value 1.96 for 5% level of significance. There is a table that I already shown in my previous lectures. Now this, what is my calculated value? 1.28. This is rejection region. This is rejection region. Here this one is also rejection region. But what is my value? 1.28. This is my calculated value. It is left side of 1.6, somewhere here. 1.28. It is in acceptance region. Therefore, what does it mean? I must accept. What? You must accept this null hypothesis. Otherwise, do not reject null hypothesis. How will we will try to understand? Just see this one. I can calculate. Actually, what's happening here? If you want to find this one, what is my value? 1.28. How to calculate 1.28? I already discussed how to get how one can get 1.28 in previous lecture. Even you can use Python programming to calculate this 1.28. Time being, just let me say somewhere here I have 1.28. What is my p value? P value means this right side region, isn't it? I need this area. What is total area? Total area is 1, isn't it? 1 minus this portion. I must from entire 1 I must subtract this portion. This red portion I must subtract. From 1 means entire area. If I subtract this red portion, I will get this part, isn't it? That only I need. Right side of 1.28 is a 1.28 area is, that is my p value. Actually half of the p value I can say. That is p by 2 if you speak strictly. Therefore, how will I get this 1 minus stats dot norm dot CDF, cumulative distribution function, till 1.28 means I will get all this area. From 1 I am subtracting this particular area means I will get, this is the p value. This is p by 2 value if I speak strictly. After getting this p by 2 value, in order to get to p value, I am multiplying that entire result with 2. So that this is my p value. I can say 0.200545. This is my p value. I must compare this p value with alpha value, because p value, that is approximately 0.2006 approximate. This is approximate value is greater than alpha. We cannot reject h naught, isn't it? We cannot reject. This is p value approach, isn't it? Now, if you want, you can calculate this with the help of Python programming. I will show in Jupyter Notebook at the end of the lecture. Just see, from stats models dot stats proportion, import proportion jet test. Count equal to 67 means there are 67 favorable cases. Total sample size is 120. My population probability, this is capital P equal to 0.5. Proportion underscore z test count. What is my count value? 67. What is my sample size? 120. What is my capital P? 0.5. If you run this one, what will it give? It will give, this is 1.28. What is my this 1.28? This is z value. I already calculated this one. This is actually p value, I can say. If you as you must multiply this one with 2 so that you will get p value. I already discussed how to calculate p value. This is another way of calculating p value. Now, what is the confidence critical value approach? In the case of critical value approach, what is this value? This is about previous one. I will show. This is about p value approach. P value 2006 is greater than alpha. Now let me discuss about critical value approach. Determine critical value alpha by 2, z alpha by 2, z 0.25. That I can say 1.96, isn't it? That how one can get 1.96 in previous lectures I already discussed. This is 1.96 at 0.05 level of significance, 0.05 by 2. This left side is minus 1.96. Now, what is our calculated value? 1.278. 1.278 is less than 1.96. Somewhere here 1.278 means somewhere here. It is in acceptance part. This is rejection region. This is rejection. This one is acceptance region, isn't it? What is this? This is acceptance region, isn't it? This critical value approach also says we cannot reject H naught, isn't it? Even p-value approach is also saying same thing. We should not reject H naught, isn't it? Now we will try to understand this in our Jupyter notebook. It is simple and straightforward. Just say this one. From SciPy import stats 1 minus. I already explained how it will be. Just see what value will you get. You will get, I have shown what is that value. That's value 1 minus stats dot norm dot CDF 1.2 means this is 0.2005. Approximately it is to 0.2006. That is my p-value, isn't it? Even you can calculate by which one? You can calculate Z value. How can I calculate? Just see from stats models. This I have shown in our PPT. My count equal 67, sample size equal to 120. Now what's happening? What is population? Population proportion is capital P 0.5, and I am calculating proportions underscore Z test. Count is, what is my count value? Count value, just say this count value is 67, whereas comma sample size, my sample size is 120. That's what I am giving. Capital P is population proportion, that is 0.5. This is Z value. Just see 1.28 is Z value. This is P value. This one you have to multiply with 2. This is actually P by 2 value. If you multiply with 2, you will get P value. This is the procedure to calculate your P value and your Z value using Jupyter notebook. It is simple lecture. It is simple and straightforward lecture. Just go through this lecture. If you have any difficulty, please keep a comment so that we will try to understand. Thank you very much.